Yeah. Okay, let me know when you guys are ready to go.
Whenever.
Restart. So it's Friday, September 25th. It's about 11 in the morning. You're in an apartment. It's a 2-room apartment. One room's a bedroom, and the other room is a big, or not a big, it's a studio apartment in kind of a rundown former industrial building. The entire place is maybe 650 square feet. You're currently in the main room. There's two couches that seem like they've been found on the street. They're not filthy, but they're old, used. One of them is a pull-out couch, and there's a red rug on the concrete floor. The walls are brick. There's one window on the far side overlooking the city, Brooklyn, and a canal down below, and a skylight up above with duct work and wires and shit along the ceiling. And there's a coffee table in the middle with the room with a bit of a mess on it. Some plants here and there. A desk, a messy desk. There's a kitchen. There's a bicycle. On the desk, there's and on some shelves above it. Look like chemical beakers and things like that. And yeah, a lot of stuff just scattered around. And the most noteworthy items being, looks like chemical research equipment on the desk. And you got, some of you are sitting on the floor, some of you are standing around pacing. There's a woman, a Korean woman, lying on the couch, and one of you might be tending to her. She's unconscious. She's got singe marks on her face and on her scrubs. And Mariah is lying on the smaller couch with Soleil sitting beside her, watching her. Soleil is sitting there feeling the scarring on her throat, apparently new scarring covering like her throat, as if it looks like her throat long ago received some horrible burns. So this, Solga, this is your home. This is your house.
Yeah.
And
sweet. Welcome to my home. Don't touch anything.
Yeah. And Vincent, there's some noteworthy things that have happened. The heist went wrong, and when you evacuated with the group here, when you laid eyes on they entered the facility supposedly with one plan in mind. They came out in a very different area, carrying 2 unconscious bodies that didn't go in, and there's a lot that doesn't make sense, including the fact that you apparently have including the fact that you seem to have dreamed about this girl. You recognize her pretty vividly from a really fucking weird dream that you had, very vivid dream that you had a couple nights ago. You feel pretty certain that it is her, that this 10-year-old girl with black hair. And yeah, so...
What do I remember about Vincent, if any?
Nothing.
Like, I don't even remember him being part of the gig?
No, you don't remember a gig.
Gotcha. I'll talk to Vincent. Hello, Vincent.
Hi, how's it going?
Not great. I'll be honest. So yeah, I'm going to ask about we're all shaken up. What do you recall about, like, how you got this job and the details of what your place in the job was, that sort of thing?
This was your guys' plan. I was just hired to help you guys.
By
Don't you remember?
I think I have a concussion.
By Jasen here. What was your guys' plan? Or maybe you shouldn't tell me.
Jasen nods, and we were there to steal these Google glasses. Apple
eyesight glasses.
What were they?
They're called eyesight.
Yeah, we were paid to steal these eyesight glasses from the Korean mafia. You know what I think happened? He looks at everyone. I have some information about Korean mafia, and I know that they've actually been manufacturing psychedelic and hallucinogenic chemicals. I think that the reason we can't remember what happened is probably because we might have gotten dosed. And he nods and looks at everyone. Doesn't that make sense?
Does anyone here remember?
Bits and pieces.
No.
Like, how
you guys
for you inside?
When you hired me, you said you wanted to prove that this group was making drugs in there. You wanted to go in and take pictures. I didn't know anything about these women.
Jason points at the Korean woman and says, I think we might have taken her because she might have information about the drug Soma. You all know about Soma, right? And he looks at everyone.
Yeah, everybody give me a scholar streetwise roll +2.
Be the first roll.
Heck yeah.
So we should put a blindfold on the new person so they don't see our face.
Sure. Yeah, Jason he grabs a sock out of Solga's Helga's sock drawer and ties it around her head. It's a really long knee sock.
Excuse me.
Jason,
Sorry.
you'd have to go into her room, the other room, and start rifling through the drawers.
He does it. He's just
You're just going into my stuff, rummaging. You could like ask.
he's like looking for
plus
a
what?
bandana. He's looking for a sock, and he was to blindfold a woman.
Sam, no pluses. It's I said scholar streetwise, meaning if you have the streetwise.
Cool. I got one.
Okay.
Fenrir got 0.
Okay, I'm actually going to give Fenrir a success because you would definitely know about this stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jason's just going to assume that maybe
Okay.
he's in like a mansplain. He's just
Well,
going to
Yeah,
start.
go ahead. So some of you know what this is, but go ahead, Matt.
So Jason would say Soma, for those of you who don't know, it's a drug. It's a street drug, and it's actually really popular in the city. And let me find my notes about it. It's rapidly growing in popularity on the street and in nightclubs. Some people are calling it the perfect drug, and it seems to mimic the effects of. Have any of you read the book A Brave New World by Aldous Huxley? I'm a science fiction
Yeah.
nerd. So Jason kind of grins. Half of a gram acts as a stimulant, 1 gram acts as a depressant, 2 grams is a psychedelic, and 3 grams is a sedative and hallucinogen. There's no overdoses, no hangover, and taking antihistamine downgrades effect, allowing you to turn it off. It's cheap, and it's very popular, and nobody knows where it's coming from, except I do have some idea on who is manufacturing this Soma. And I have a reporter friend, and she had a biochemist analyze it, and it's extremely complex. It would require a lot of expensive equipment to manufacture it. This isn't meth. This is some really intense stuff. And I do believe that the Korean mafia is producing the drug. And I can tell you a bit about the network of people who I've been, if you're curious. But I think that there's some evidence that the Korean mafia might be producing it with plans to put it into the city's water supply. So don't drink the tap water, kids.
Why would they want to put it in the water supply?
Have any of you heard of the Architects?
No.
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 No one's heard of the Architects? Jason's, well, I've been investigating them for quite a while. At least this Jason.
Soleil interrupts you and says, "No, you haven't, Jason. What is this shit? We have to find Mariah's twin here. Okay, what the fuck does this have to do with any of that?"
It has everything to do with it. It has everything to do with it. Okay, so the Architects, they're in the Chrysler Building. They're in Manhattan, and this place is weird. The Chrysler Building. Does everyone knows about the Chrysler Building, right?
Give me I'll relay. Okay, some of you have heard. There's actually, it's actually no. I'm gonna say some of you have heard some stupid, dumb shit about the Chrysler Building. Other than that, it's a building. But Matt's about to tell you. Jason's about to tell you.
Jason would go on to explain that the Chrysler Building has been abandoned for years.
It's not abandoned.
It used to be luxury apartments. Every business that moves in there has failed. It's this weird building. People who go there tend to get headaches. And there's actually more people, we have evidence, more people have disappeared inside the Chrysler Building than anywhere else in Manhattan. There's been at least 6 mysterious, unexplained disappearances in the Chrysler Building. And I believe that at this organization called the Architects, and I have friends who would talk about this too. I'm not the only person who's investigating this, but the Architects, they are this shadowy network of people who have been manipulating events in the city and potentially in the world. I've only really investigated their activities in the city. They might know something about Mariah, and they definitely know something about Soma.
Wait, so there's been 6 appearances?
Yeah, including the person who the building's named after, Norton Chrysler. But I know that you all are thinking maybe we should go to this building. Let's put a pin on that because we definitely don't want to just go snooping around this. I think that our best course of action would continue to investigate Soma.
I just sort of glaver.
Soleil
I'm
says.
nodding.
Soleil shakes her head and she says, "Jason, this place has fucked with your head already."
It hasn't fucked with my head. No, look, we just all right. Jason looks at the new guy.
I'm gonna glare at Jason. And then
Why is everyone pissed at me? Come on.
no, I'm not. I'm like, I'll point at you and I'm gonna glare when I see you start to try to that you're gonna tell Vincent some stuff.
Yeah, Vincent, cover your ears. That's what Jason was trying to say. Vincent, cover your ears and sing a little song.
Okay.
Or maybe go pick up some.
Yeah, could you step out for a bit? I have to talk. I have to tell these people.
Soleil stands up and says, "No, Jason, Vincent, why don't you stay here? We need to stick together and coordinate. Just close your ears or whatever."
Okay.
He does it.
All right, Jason would then continue. I think that if we're here to fix something, to solve something, and the architects, these people are like the Zytera of this world. This is serious stuff. We could help make this world better.
Presuming a lot.
I'm so many steps behind that. What the hell did we experience?
Mhm.
Is this real where we are now? Is this real life? Or is this just another illusion? Are we outside of Chermog or are we still in it? How did we experience hundreds of years of life
Mhm.
and then just appear here with a memory gap lasting only a couple of days, if that? I think less than that, only a couple of hours.
I'm just going to say that the architects, they might have the answers. This might be the solution. We might figure out who Chermog is, where we were.
Soleil says, "Listen, Mariah was very clear. The reason why we are escorting her here is so she can find her sister. And when she finds her sister, she can free Forbidden Lands. And maybe whatever the hell this place is and what's going on here."
How do we start to try and find? Is Mariah going to stay unconscious?
Soleil sits down. "I don't know."
We also got to be realistic. There's 8 billion people on this planet.
Hey,
Even if she's in the city, there's 8 million people in the city.
Jason, you're an investigator. Can you figure out Mariah's identity here? I start to look through her pockets and see if she has any kind of personal items.
There's nothing. She's wearing a black t-shirt and jeans.
Jason would say usually any sort of record of children is pretty under wraps. There's a lot of rules about that.
Maybe you could look for any missing children in the city.
Maybe.
I'd imagine there's a lot of missing.
It's a database.
I know of a building where 6 people have gone missing.
Okay, just let's table that for just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, also, we have no idea who this other lady is and when or if she's going to wake up.
Look through her
Well-
pockets.
She starts to stir.
Did we blindfold her?
You did.
Making a
Right.
jambalaya.
She starts to stir her jambalaya.
Jason would interject. He'd be like, I'm pretty sure that this person, she's basically a researcher. Maybe she's one of the scientists who's been synthesizing Soma. So I think that if we're going to talk to her, we could interrogate her and try to learn more about Soma. Jason quickly pats her down.
So you notice that, like, she seems to be like burned a little bit, singed on part of her face. Her hair is burned. You also notice that she's got abrasions around her wrists, as if she was being held by handcuffs, and there's no handcuffs anywhere nearby.
Which one?
This is the woman, the Asian woman with wearing the blue scrubs. So she
Was
has.
Mariah with them the whole time? Like,
Mariah was unconscious and in Sally's arms the whole time. Yes.
but did I see Mariah before the heist?
No. This party entered the facility. There were 6 of them, and 8 of them came out. There's 2 of them unconscious. This Korean woman and the 10-year-old girl are new and both unconscious.
Any damage to the 10-year-old girl?
No. But yeah, the abrasions on the Korean woman's wrists appear to be relatively new, not long
Right.
standing abrasions.
Jason's thinking this person probably is not a researcher working on Soma. She was a prisoner of the Korean Mafia. Or maybe she was a prisoner of the Korean Mafia working on Soma. But either way, he feels like he has an in that he can, if he's going to interrogate this person, he's going to try to use the fact that they freed her to get her trust.
Okay, she suddenly gasps and starts to sit up and try to rip off the bandage, the sock around her eye. She's like flailing.
I'm gonna try
Let's
to
prevent her from doing that.
Hey, I'm gonna try to calm her down because I'm next to her. I'll say, "Hey, you're safe now."
Okay, she's still going to try to physically remove the.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop her.
Okay, sounds like Vincent is going to try to stop her.
I'll put my hand up. So it's all right.
Can
Vincent,
I
are
put
you?
a bandana on my face?
You can pull your shirt up over your face. Okay, so it sounds like Vincent, you're allowing Vanessa to stop you. Nobody is stopping her from taking off the sock from over her eye.
Jason will stop her.
She manages to rip it off anyway, and staring around. So,
I'll look
Vanessa.
back and say, "Hey, just back off for a minute," and then I'm gonna turn to the Korean woman. What is she doing? Sorry.
She's just sitting on the couch now, like panting, like her eyes wide, staring at everyone, staring at the room.
Yeah, I'm like kneeling down at her eye level, and I'm just
I'll
like,
I'll
I'm
offer
trying to
some
calm-
first aid.
yeah, I'm like, we're gonna offer you a little help. I
All right.
know that you've been through a lot.
She's, who are you? How?
I-
Where am I?
You're in a safe place.
Okay, it looks like one of your fucking apartments. This is safe. Are you sure?
What's the last thing that you?
She points at Jasen and she says, "This guy breaking into the cell that I was in, and you guys we were going down the hall, and this fucking one," it points at Solga or Helga, says, "You had some fucking gas bomb or something. I don't know. I got hit. I don't think I got hit with that. I don't know what happened.
What were
Can
you
I
doing
try-
in the cell?
Who are you?
Really quick, can I manipulate her? I want to roll manipulate.
For what? What are
Jason's
you
gonna be like,
trying to?
Jason's gonna say, "Hey, we saved you. You should cooperate with us. Just control the situation, sort of thing. We saved you. How about you answer our questions first, answer your questions after?"
Let's.
Hand you a glass of water
Okay.
and offer first aid.
All right. And Jasen, how do you explain that you're friends? How do you?
Yeah, Jason would remind her that we rescued her and we don't have any ill will towards her. We're just trying to figure out everything that we can. If she could help us, that would be great.
All right. She looks at you guys and she starts to break down, crying, and when she holds up her hand and says, "I've been through so fucking much," and after
I'll hand her like a paper towel or something.
she eventually composes herself and says, "Yeah, I was a prisoner there. They made me.
Why was the Korean mafia holding you prisoner?
I was a slave there for, let's see, about 3 years. 3 years there. It's a long story, but I'm a surgeon. I swore an oath to never hurt anybody, but when I found out about their organ smuggling operation from New York Presbyterian, someone sniffed me out, and they threatened to murder my family. And they took me down there, and I've been extracting organs from innocent people and selling them to rich motherfucking. I wasn't doing the selling. There's a few of us surgeons, and I've been collecting information. They found out that I was doing that, and they put me in the cell, and they were probably gonna kill me. If they haven't done anything to my family yet, they might now."
That's a little direct. I'll try to say, I'll follow that up by just going, "We got you out. We don't know how safe it is for now to go to the police, but we can check on your family for you, to make sure they're okay."
She says, "Yeah, they live in Staten Island. Right now, maybe I don't want to tell you more than that, but they have to be moved to safety."
We can look into that. Really quick, I have another question. Do you know anything about Soma, the manufacturer of, complex organochemical compounds?
She's like nodding. She's nodding vigorously. She says, "Yes, the facility down there is huge. I found out they have another wing of it where they're making this stuff. Yeah, I have proof of it."
What proof do you have?
She has. I've got names, I've got detailed logs, the size of the organs. I have shipment routes of the organs mostly, but I've got video footage of the drugs manufacturing. They have researchers there researching that some of the people that we take in, homeless, lost people. They do experiments on them.
Jason,
got all that. She says, "Wait, who are you anyway?"
Jason would say, I'm a private investigator who's been investigating Soma, and can I use a flashback to say that Jason pulled out a recording device for this interview?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason would be really interested in getting like all of her testimony
Okay.
regarding
Okay.
Soma.
Yeah, and she says, and the rest of you, who are you? She says, what's going on? Are you police?
We
No.
broke
No.
into we actually are an independent party. We broke into the Korean mafia in order to gather information on Soma. We're concerned about its rapid proliferation throughout the city and that it might be used for nefarious purposes.
She says, so you're a private investigator team or something.
Yeah.
Ostensibly. Our memories, our recollections are a little hazy because you might have been exposed to something down there when we were looking around.
We got exposed to some gas from you. She's referring to Solga.
Hey, that's not supposed to cause memory problems.
My memory's fine.
Maybe
Just
we
a grenade.
accidentally came into contact with Soma. We were down there for a while.
She shakes her head and says, no, you don't. It doesn't cause memory problems. Soma is... They put me on Soma. I've tried it. It's not.
I'll say the problem is we can't recall. That's something we have to figure out.
Okay. So you're all suffering from amnesia?
Like a haziness.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe you did. I don't know where you were at before you found me, so maybe, I don't know. There's other places in that facility down there that I know nothing about.
You were down there for 3 years?
Yeah, beneath Journal Square.
Jesus, a long time.
And I don't think it's the only one. I can't really prove it, but there's indications that they trade staff has come in from other facilities like the one that I was in, and shipments of other goods. I think it's serious. I don't know how big, but you guys are on. You guys better know what the fuck you're doing because you don't know who you're messing with.
Jason says, I have a pretty good we're messing with, and don't worry, we'll watch ourselves. Did you have any idea who the Korean mafia were manufacturing Soma for? Did you get any sense of that?
No, then
He's got this gleam in his eyes. This is the big one.
This is the juice. She says, "No, I don't. I have no idea. For themselves, I don't know. They're making a lot of money from it. I don't know.
You found out about this organ harvesting from...
No, I was a surgeon. I was a surgeon at New York Presbyterian, Columbia University Irving Medical Center. So I worked there, and I was a transplant specialist. Basically, I noticed there were some inconsistency with their waiting list. There were like wealthy patients who were somehow bypassing the system and getting organs much faster than their status justified. And so then I started to snoop, and I found a trafficking operation through our hospital. And then I tried to report it, and they brushed me off. And then I was like warned to not continue to pursue it. And what am I supposed to do? And then I was gonna. I went to other people, and that's when they came to me and they threatened my family, my mom and dad, and my brother, and then they basically said they'll kill my family unless I come and work for them, so I did that.
So, where were you doing the operations? Was it underground where we found you?
Yeah.
And you weren't allowed to leave?
She says there were times when I was allowed to leave with escort and to carry out certain tasks and stuff like that. Good behavior, but the whole time, I don't even know if my family's still alive. And I knew that if I were to do anything, then they've got that knife around my throat the whole time.
Maybe we can help you. Maybe we should go and see about getting your family. You probably are going to want to leave the city, unfortunately, but...
Yeah, can we go now?
I don't know if you should go. I'm a little concerned about that. I guess they're probably not following. Yeah, maybe we should all go.
She says, how do you know that they're not following you now? Did you cover your tracks? Do you even remember?
Yeah, we got away.
We did cover our tracks. We were careful.
Yeah, we're fairly certain that we got away without being identified. Yeah, do you have any family outside the city? Anyone you can stay with?
She says,
friends, anything like that?
I've been missing for 3 years.
No, I know, but from before...
I don't know. I don't have their phone numbers. They don't have a phone.
I mean, would your husband have...
I don't have... Why do you think I'm married?
I don't know. Wait, who did she say? Her family? She meant her parents. So she meant her parents.
Yeah.
And brother.
Oh, okay. Or like your parent, would your parents or your brother?
Do they have a phone?
She says, yeah. Can we call them right now?
If they're alive, I don't think calling them on phone is.
Yeah, I think we just got to go and get them and have them get rid of theirs.
Can we go now? Because the mafia might be heading there right now.
Yes, we should go now.
Yeah. Jason's going to try to comfort her and say they're probably a lot more concerned about us than you, to be honest. They might not even know that you're gone, but they do know that some people broke into their place.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna ask Solga if
Mm-hmm.
he asked for like a piece of paper and a pen.
Yeah. I give you paper and pen.
Do we remember our phone numbers? Our actual phone numbers,
What do you mean?
Brian?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Okay. I'd say we'll all write our phone numbers down, and I'll say, okay, when we get them and we figure out a place for you to go, you all need to immediately get rid of all your phones and then get a burner phone.
You all already currently have burner phones.
No, I know. We should get rid of these burner phones too, probably, just in case. Maybe. I don't know. They might be fine. I'll give her the numbers for these phones.
Okay, she says, I don't... Can I phone? I don't have anything.
No, I say like, so when we have to go now and get your family, and then everyone's going to get rid of their phones, and then we have to get you a burner phone, and these are our numbers. So then when you are wherever you are, we can contact each.
Where are you going to take my family?
We're figuring that out, but we have to go get them first.
Can I come?
Yeah.
Okay.
So whose car do we have again?
Jason's
car.
Jason has a Volvo. That's it.
We should absolutely not use Jason's car.
Yeah. Wait, I thought Vincent had a car.
I think
Didn't
he
Vincent
stole
have-
one or
Okay.
something.
Who has a
I don't
car?
remember.
What did you say? No, you broke up.
Vincent.
Vincent.
Vincent's car was
Vincent
my
has a
car.
Okay. We
Vincent
managed to
left
fit all
his-
these.
They didn't see
Oh.
my car. They never saw my car because Vincent drove it. I was in the stolen vehicle with you.
Yeah, they haven't seen his car.
Y'all
But
dropped
they've seen
off.
his face, and they can associate it with his
didn't
car.
They didn't end up seeing his face, so they haven't
Okay,
seen
okay.
us. They haven't seen us, so that should be fine.
Hey, I want to ask if she recognized Mariah.
1 second. So you guys did mention Vincent's car, and I haven't heard from Pat. There is information that you don't know. Yeah. Pat?
Yes, I have a van.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's back at the heist location, a few blocks off.
Maybe we should. Would you mind if we got that and used it for this?
It doesn't seem very practical to have 8 people riding together to go get more people.
I don't think Mariah's going anywhere.
Which means Soleil's
I
staying.
can just go and get the
Soleil will
family.
stay.
You could, but there might be people heading over.
And my car probably only has 5, so she's got 3 family members.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So why don't we go? We all get in Jason's car, go to Vincent's van, split up, and head to the house.
The house is
We
on
should not be
Staten
going
Island.
back to the heist location, though.
A few blocks away.
It's still too close.
That's not that close. And they
I
don't know
can
our car. They
go-
don't know who we are.
What's
There
the
is
plan?
intense.
Hang on 1 second. Pat, you were saying something?
What's the plan? We're going to save these family members? How many are there?
3. Okay, so Oliver, what were you saying?
If they're as intense, like this mob is intense as this woman says, they probably know something about us already. So I don't think we should go near it.
What if I
Yep.
just take her and we go to the house, unless they're already staking it out? If they are
Yeah,
staking it out, then we don't want to go there.
Which they
might be
probably
staking
are.
it-
I think we have to go.
They might be staking it out. I could probably, if I know where it is, I can probably let them know without anyone seeing me contact them.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
probably the card.
And put a note in it and deliver the pizza to the family.
So there's okay. So if it's a few blocks away, that means there's a lot of area to patrol in like an already populated. It's not like it's the only thing there is there's like a lot of businesses and like people around. It's daytime still. I don't think it would be weird at all if someone got out of someone's car and then got into it and drove away. And I don't think anyone would see it because it's several blocks away. They can't patrol that entire area.
No, I could get the van on my own. I would not suggest driving directly to it.
Does
So-
the woman's what is her name? What's your name, by the way?
Her name is Ji Young Kang.
Hey, Ji Young K. Does your parents have a car?
She says you can call me Ji Young. They
Ji-young.
do.
All right.
And look, she says there's 2 addresses actually. There's my parents' house and there's my brother's apartment. We can
Here's
give you
my
both.
idea. What if I go to Ji Young parents' house dressed as a Uber Eats driver? I go as a pizza delivery person. I go to the door. I let them know that they need to, and then we just come up with some sort of meeting place. Is there somewhere where they could meet you, Ji Young?
She says, a place where we could meet anywhere. Is here safe?
I have a
Okay.
safe house that's close by that offers beds for folks that are going through crazy things from the mob specifically. So I think that's probably a good idea.
That
That
sounds
is a fine idea. Sounds ideal.
some
What's
sort
the
of safe.
address?
We're looking for some sort of safe house.
Let's see. South, is it in South Bronx?
Yes, it is in South Bronx. It's called St. Anthony's Table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's my suggestion. Jason goes with Ji Young, maybe one other person, to her parents' house, picks them all up. I don't think that they should take the car and they should get rid of their cell phones. And then Vincent goes and gets his van, and we all go with Vincent and get her brother, and then we meet at the safe house.
Yeah, or if one person wants to come with me.
I guess I could go with you.
Okay.
It sounds like Fenrir should go ahead to the safe house, and should Alyssum go with you?
Yeah, Alyssum can come. We can take the bus.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're splitting the party.
All
so
right.
briefly, hopefully.
That's fine.
The one
So-
thing I
Gotta work
never
fast.
wanted to do, we're doing aggressively.
So we're taking these family members back to the safe house?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So how are
We're
Vincent
taking them to the Bronx Zoo, then we're going to take them to the safe house.
A family occasion.
how are Vincent and Vicassa going to the van?
Cab.
Cab? Okay.
Ooh, I don't know if that's a good idea. You don't want to leave evidence.
What do you mean? I give
Oh,
cab driver cash and get to our van.
yeah. All right. Don't they have cameras inside of them, though?
I promise not to
Typically.
flirt with the cab driver and give him my phone
Okay.
back.
All right. Just be careful.
Okay.
Be instinctive.
We gotta wait for Fenrir. We gotta go to the brother first and then go to the safe
Oh,
house.
that's right. You're going to the brother, right? I didn't.
And I wouldn't mind changing really quick.
What, dropping
'Cause-
by your place?
Yeah.
You
For a
look
little booze
fine.
cruise.
Don't worry about it.
Ji Young hears that and says, "Are you fucking serious? They might be like killing my brother right now, and you want to go change?"
I'm wearing pretty distinctive. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll just go there first.
You can borrow some clothes from Helga, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I
what do you
think we're-
need? It's
do you have
true.
do you have like a windbreaker or something? I'm wearing a big
I'm-
zebra skin jacket. It's extremely conspicuous.
Yeah, and whose bright idea was to wear that? Anyway, yes, here's a windbreaker. I'm sure it's very generic or perhaps has like a logo on it of a company I used to work at.
I pick it up with 2 fingers and then I make a face and I'm like, "Thank you. I'll get this back to you."
All right, it's about 11:30 by the time you leave.
AM or PM?
A.M.
Okay, it's still daylight.
Yes. And it's a clear day, light winds.
Really quick, I just wanted to add that while Jason's driving them over, he's just grilling her for all that information, recording like all of her evidence of the Korean mafia.
Okay, so yeah, I'll tell you some stuff then. Basically, she has a flash drive. So all the data is in a flash drive that was... She put it in one of the unused morgue storage compartments. Unfortunately, the drive is still down there. Anyway, it has detailed logs, names, dates of organ types harvested, along descriptions of the victims so that they can be identified in the future. Evidence of the Haeson Syndicate is the name of the Korean mafia. The name of key syndicate members who are involved in this process, shipping routes, client details. And there's some encrypted photos and videos of the facility and surgical procedures. And yeah, and she wasn't able to obviously recover it before she rescued by you guys.
It's hidden in a morgue. What?
In a storage compartment, an unused morgue storage compartment. That morgue the enforcers rarely enter that morgue unless they need to. It's also disguised. It's clipped to a label tag, like in the inner edge of the compartment, it's hidden. And yeah, she was hoping to get it in some other point. Didn't know when she would be able to get out with it. Anyway, that's that. If she can tell you verbally more detail about what their operation, they would get organs from undocumented immigrants and runaway teens and people abducted from the poorer areas of New York City. And they also had like recruiters promised victims employment or safe passage only to deliver them to the facility. And there's a lot of kidneys, livers, hearts, and corneas that were largely being trafficked. They're sold to wealthy people on waiting lists, international buyers through an auction network, and buyers would pay a lot to avoid legal waiting periods using cryptocurrency and that kind of shit. Mostly untraceable, and though some of them, their information was leaked to her level, she also found a little bit of information about Soma testing, but it seems like she thinks that they don't do as much testing there as they do manufacturing, though she hasn't been able to witness that.
How did they get rid of the bodies?
Let's see, they would put them in the morgue and they would incinerate them.
And this is underground?
This is underground, yes.
And
she says these facilities seem to be made from disused and resurfaced abandoned subway tunnels and maintenance tunnels and stuff. It was like a lot of the facility was just tunnels. Even like operating rooms were repurposed tunnels, that kind of stuff. So yeah, and a few, there was like an abandoned underground railway station, like a subway system that was never used.
Like the Ninja Turtles or Blank Man.
Yeah, they had to put bars on the tunnels to keep the Ninja Turtles.
But there's no stopping Blank.
Blank Man?
Yeah, it was one of the Wayans brothers. Played a nerd who became a super.
Oh, I remember that. Okay, anyway, so let's see.
Oh, Jason would have one more question for her.
Yeah.
Did she ever see Norton Chrysler while she was down there?
She does a double take to you. She says, are you high? No.
Never mind.
Norton Chrysler? Like the guy who built the Chrysler building?
Jason, just drop it. Never mind.
Wait, like in the 1930s? How old would he be now? Okay, anyway. Okay, so let's see. All right, Jason and Solga. Actually, what I'm gonna do is, how about can everybody but Jason and Solga temporarily move to the asides?
Yeah, actually,
won't be long.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna run to the store.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're in Jason's car with Ji Young and talking, and you're heading south through Brooklyn towards the Verrazano Bridge to cross the New York Bay into Staten Island. You take the highway down through Brooklyn coastal, and you reach the Verrazano Bridge, and the water is below you. You're now crossing the bridge, and you're in the middle of the bridge. Jason, you're driving. Suddenly, everything is black. Everything goes black.
Jason, he's gonna hit the brakes.
There's no brakes. You don't feel when you try to do that. Everything is silent, perfectly silent as well. You try to hit the brakes, but you don't feel your body moving. In fact, you don't feel your body at all.
Jason would try to speak to the other, Ji Young, Solga, are you here?
No, and this is the same with Solga. No.
I'm floating in a void alone?
Yes,
I see
no
nothing?
sound, and you hear nothing.
Can I feel myself? If I touch my shoulder, can I feel it?
You, for a brief moment, you think you might be imagining you're touching your shoulder, but there's no movement. Your mental image of touching your shoulder occurs, but you don't feel like the proprioceptive feedback of your body moving and touching something.
Can I try to snap my fingers? Can I hear it? Or do I just feel it?
It's the same. Neither. You have no proprioceptive sensation of your hands moving or snapping. You get a sense of it, but actually it's just your imagination. You can imagine snapping your finger, but you don't actually physically feel your body.
Alright, I'm gonna try to close my eyes and draw back on my experiences of Solga with the meditation. Can I try to do that?
Yeah, you are seeing complete blackness, so there's you aren't, it's almost like you're in deep meditation already, at least just sensorily. You're basically complete sensory deprivation. But yes, you can meditate.
Okay. I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay, so in this rule set, you actually do a mindful roll. So actually, yeah, I will give you actually give me a panic roll. And Matt as well. How you do that's basically, you currently don't have any stress points, so you're just gonna roll insight calm.
Okay.
And just try to succeed on that.
Okay.
You roll for me, Brian. I have baby.
Sure, yeah.
Cute. Okay.
Okay, Matt succeeds with 2 successes.
Okay.
Or Jasen does.
Yeah. Alright, I'm trying to do, not math. What am I saying? Yeah. Yes, it is math.
It's a little bit of math.
I got 1 success.
Okay, so Solga, give me a mindful roll. That's 2 base and 8 skill die.
Okay.
For your meditation.
Yeah. 8. Okay, 3 success.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you enter into a moderately deep level of meditation, point where you could restore 15 minutes of this would be able to allow you to restore a 1 point of strength of any attribute. You don't have any lost attribute points. It would also allow you to roll as insight as armor against empathy attacks and reduce any stress points that you had, or 1 stress point. Yeah, you're basically calm in a place of peace. And yeah, Jasen, what are you doing?
Yeah, Jason's gonna meditate too. So as long as I'm here.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, give me a meditation roll.
Thinking clearly, we're having some body experience. So what better way to do it is deal with it than meditate. The things that gave us horrible out of body experiences.
You roll it for me, Brian. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no problem. That's fine.
I'm feeding a baby.
Yeah. Okay, 4 and 6. Okay, you got 2 successes. Yeah, you're in a minor state of meditation. Distracted, your mind is a little bit messy, and yeah, but you stay in this state, and it's just nothing is happening. There's no sensations anywhere. Your mind is pretty active. It's remarkable how strong mental images, and when there's no other sensory sensation, how strong mental images can be. In fact, actually, Solga, while you are meditating and doing this, your mind is pretty still and calm, but you do notice that you can intentionally bring to mind mental images, and that in this state where there's no sensations at all, mental images being the only input, the activity of your mind, can appear really strong. And you picture for a moment what you were doing. You can picture the car that you were in, and you can picture Jasen and Ji Young, and you can picture your house that you were in, the room that you were in, and it's remarkable, almost like a dream. You can really vividly put yourself there and even feel like your body, but just with your imagination.
Can I try to touch something in one of these visions?
Yeah.
Mental images?
Yep.
Can I see if I can interact with something?
And it's you say you're imagining your room, and you go over the wall in this imaginary room. It's just a mental image of a room, and you reach out, touch the wall, and you can now imagine feeling like the brick of your wall and pots in your kitchen.
Okay. All right. So it's not like I'm astral projecting. This is a mental image.
It definitely feels like a mental image. You don't see Mariah and Soleil there, although you can choose to imagine that they're there.
Okay. Do I notice anything different or unusual?
Other than this whole fucking experience, no.
Yeah, okay. It's just I am very vividly imagining basically my home and other familiar locations.
Yeah. And you could imagine whatever you wanted to, in fact.
Okay. I guess part of me wants to. Can I try to recall my memories of Shermog?
Oh yeah, you can now. You're like back in Chairmog, no skin.
Horrible.
Imagining because there's no sensory information, you can like vividly reconstruct it, like the fleshy ground, like puddles of blood and bile, like the cloudy sky and the rotting smell.
Is this happening for Jason too?
No, you're just having a nice meditation.
Can I think back at the Forbidden Lands?
Oh yeah, yep, yeah.
Can
You're remembering that actually this morning you woke up in the ruins around Vond, the ruins of that was this fucking morning. Today, big day. This morning you woke up, you snuck into Vond. The army invaded Vond. You killed Zytera, and you jumped into a portal, wandered through Chermog for 4 hours, and then ended up here in the city with a whole new fucking life and memory. And yeah. That was today.
It feels like today has lasted months.
Yes.
Okay. So I can pretty vividly imagine and like basically revisit any scene from my life.
Yeah.
Can I think back to perhaps the heist? Can I perceive that?
You don't have any memory of that.
Okay, so it's only stuff I can remember.
You recall rising from the elevator, but you could reconstruct something completely imaginary. You imagine a tunnel and running through the tunnel, but you're like, it's not based on a memory, but it is just as vivid.
Okay, what is the last thing I remember before the heist? Is there anything at all?
You do remember. It's a tricky thing because you do have memory of fighting this horrible creature in Chermog and like running past it and getting into an elevator and then going up the elevator, passing through like an area of peace and joy, and then suddenly an area where you started feeling you're being watched and your mind was getting invaded, and suddenly you had new bodies and memories and you were emerging from the elevator. That's as far as those investigating those memories. The last thing you remember, maybe going to sleep yesterday.
Okay. So there's not a lot of specific memories I can conjure from this new life of mine. Like
you can conjure memories from this, maybe just not in the last day. You can perfectly visualize your workplace, your other workplace, the people there, the smells of the chemicals. You can recall your childhood. You can recall your parents and most of your life here in New York. All that is there.
Okay. Basically everything except for I can recall basically my whole life except for that one.
Yep.
All right. Weird. All right. I'm unsure where to go from here, so I guess I will just let my mind peacefully wander from location to location.
Okay, great. And so Jason, you're just in a shaky kind of meditative state, and then after who knows how long, it's hard to tell, but it seemed like maybe it was about half an hour or something like that. Suddenly, when like a rush, there's the sounds of a car going over a bridge. You're sitting in a car, you're driving, and there's voices. There's Ji Young shouting, and two adults, an older man and a woman, also shouting in Korean. And you remember driving over the bridge. You remember driving into Staten Island. Suddenly you remember driving to the area. Ji Young running into a house and then after a few minutes coming out with her parents. They had some bags. They got in the car. They were shouting and confused and like in tears and panicking. And you sped off. And you remember speeding off, and you remember approaching the Verrazano Bridge, and that's where you are right now, and you're heading into Brooklyn.
Jason he's gonna go at a normal speed. They're not running from anything, are they?
No, you don't remember that anybody was chasing you.
All right, he's gonna be calm about this. Driving into Brooklyn, done this dozens of times before. Clients he said to come out and visit in Staten Island.
Okay. We can fast forward you to the location, to the safe house location, or you want to do something between.
Jason would look at Solga and say, "Did that happen? Did something happen to you?" Jason's assuming that
And
Helga's in the front seat now with him. He was interviewing
yeah,
Sure.
Ji-young on the way over, but on the way back, she's probably with her family. They're distracted.
Yep.
He's going to want to talk to
Mhm.
Helga. He's going to be like,
yeah.
do you think that was because we went to Staten Island? Do you think that we can't be in Staten Island?
I'll
We
just
were
look at him like
driving-
wide-eyed, be like, kind of grimace, be like, I don't know, didn't care for it.
I blacked out basically the whole time we were at Staten Island, from the moment we crossed the bridge to the moment we were back on the bridge. Obviously, we
Let's
went
talk
there and
about
we
it
did
later.
something, but
Yeah.
I feel like we can't leave parts of New York.
Maybe we can test it later, but right now let's focus on getting these people safe. You might have a point though. We might be unable to leave. That would simplify some things.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we should all just run off to Oregon, but I guess we won't be able to do that. I got a cousin over there.
Oh yeah? What's he like?
Larry Vandermeer. Good guy.
Good guy?
A hipster. Yeah, he's a little younger.
Oh yeah?
He's really into organic food. Have you heard of that?
Organic food. That sounds really made
It's like
up.
this West Coast
Whole
thing.
food's organic. The chemicals are all organic. It's carbon based. Simple
Right.
water.
That's what I
Okay.
tried to tell him, but
All right. So I want to fast forward you guys to the safe house
Mhm.
now, so that I can get somebody else in here. Can one of you get? You can stay in the room, but you could Vince, Patrick, and Sam.
Hello?
Hey, Pat. Okay. Cool. You and Vincent and Vikessa, get a cab, and you head out to Jersey City, to Journal Square, and
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
the cab not directly a few blocks from where the van is and get out.
okay, yeah. So that takes you
And-
about 25 minutes to get there. Okay. All right. So now you're back in the van together. What's this van like? What's Vincent's van like?
It's a big work van with locksmith supplies with a generic. Actually, no, it probably doesn't have anything. No signage.
Okay.
Maybe it has a vice on the back bumper, stuff like that.
Okay. All right.
I'll try to get to know Vincent on that.
Okay. So it's maybe 20 minutes before you're crossing the bridge to Staten Island. And how are you getting to know each other?
Vince's gonna ask about the girl. Which one does he recognize? Which of the two girls?
Mariah, little girl.
He'll say, "I recognize that girl from a dream. Who
I'll
is
ask
she?"
you to tell me about this.
Brian, I don't remember what I remember.
So, do you remember the city part of the dream?
Walking into the smoke land or something?
So you recall that, and basically that your mission is to rescue your queen, and you in the dream you just know her face.
Yeah, I'll tell her that's my dream.
What?
And it's
Well,
reoccurring, right?
Do you recall? Do you want to tell Sam what the dream is, or do you not remember?
He doesn't remember.
Wait, if I remember, then yeah, I'll tell her.
Say, Patrick, do you want to tell Sam, or do you want me to say it?
I would just tell him what you said.
Okay. All right. So the dream was he had a dream the other day. It was a very vivid dream that he was walking towards a sterile ruin. He was walking into just the ruins of a city, and it was sterile. There was no life anywhere, but there were these like black clouds, like black ghosts or something moving around. And he knew that that he was coming here, he was going to die, but he had to do it. He was going into the city of the dead, and when his queen had been brought here, and he had to rescue her, and the only way to do that was to enter the city of the dead and die. And he watched his body dissolve into a black cloud, and it was extremely vivid. And his queen as Mariah recognized her face. She was in his dream.
Yeah, it's just dreams. Just they happen.
My eyes are wide, and I'm more interested than I should be to an outside observer.
So who is she?
It's complicated.
Anyways, I'm a locksmith. What do you do?
Business.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do business too. We're like the same.
Yeah, independent business consultant.
Nice. Gotta love your independence.
Yeah, working for yourself, make your own hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say I don't want to freak you out, but we've all had dreams too, but longer ago, and they were different.
Oh, dreams like the one I described?
Yeah,
All those crew?
not the Korean woman. She's new.
Oh.
Hey, if you stick with us, you might hear and see some pretty weird stuff,
Yeah,
but we'll keep paying you.
I might be a little Korean. I don't know.
I'll look at him and I'm like, I've never seen what you are in my entire life. Then I catch myself and I'm like, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like I said, we're having a memory problem. Where did we meet you and hire you?
Oh, Jason got my number and hired me a few days ago. That's the first time I met him, and you guys were in the car too.
Just to do lookout?
He hired me to figure out a way in and out.
What were we like? What were we talking about?
Pat, you do remember seeing Vanessa in the back of Jason's car when you first met Jason in the alleyway.
Yes, I'll tell him what I remember, but right now my human self
It's
doesn't
not-
remember.
It's not much. Vanessa was just sitting in the car watching you. You remember her piercing stare? She was like sizing you up.
Yeah, piercing stare, piercing nibbles.
She was like,
I'll look down my shirt.
she had nipple clamps on. Oh, just kidding. No.
I'll look down my shirt. I didn't notice that part. Interesting.
Yeah, I normally wouldn't be helping you guys out like this, but the fact that you were with that girl really freaked me out. And I thought maybe I should help you guys out.
I think that's a good decision for you. Like I said, I'm sure that we wouldn't mind continuing to pay you for helping us out. Sounds like you should be involved in all this too.
All right, you guys are right now crossing the Bayonne Bridge from the southern end of Jersey City into Staten Island. Sam, would you go into the asides real quick and we'll get you back?
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. All right. So, Patrick, you cross the bridge and you guys continue a little bit of conversation about how you were paid and how much, because Vanessa doesn't seem to remember. And most of the rest of the car ride is silent. You guys are now approaching, after it's like maybe 20 minutes later, and you're approaching the apartment of Ji Young's brother.
What neighborhood is he in?
So it's in Staten Island, and he's in the westerly neighborhood of Staten Island, and he's in an apartment building.
Is that one of the neighborhoods you have on your mini map?
No, it's off the map.
Okay.
Yeah, and his name is Kim. You pull up at the apartment building, and
I would pull up a few blocks away.
I'm going to do something here, and you can. It seems like GM Fiat at the moment, but all I will say is that
GM Fiat. What is that?
What?
What is
GM? Fiat. GM as in game master. It's a Latin word that means it is. That would be me taking control of a narrative situation, saying that, oh, this is what happens. So this will seem like that, but it is not. But the reason why it is not, I'm not going to tell you right now. You pull up in front of the apartment building, and a little bit of ways, but basically on the same block, and you guys talk about it. You and Vanessa talk about how it's going to go. You need to be nearby. So Vanessa gets out, has got a picture of Ji Young, and goes into the apartment building. And you wait a few minutes, and you notice that you're like looking around for any suspicious activity around or anything like that. And you notice a black car, nice black SUV, pull up to the apartment building, and they look like dudes. They got leather jackets. They're Korean guys, and they look well built. You don't like the look of them, so you call Vanessa and you say, "Hey, there's these guys entering the building." And Vanessa's, "Oh, okay, we're going out the back." And she hangs up, and a few minutes later, Vanessa and a guy in his like late 20s, a Korean guy, come hurrying around the side of the building. And actually, Vanessa calls you and says you told her about the car that's there, and she says meet around the back, around the block. So you pull over around the block. Vanessa and this guy this Korean guy run out of the bushes, get in the van, and you drive off. And you're not being followed. There's you there by that black SUV or anybody else. The guy's name is Kim. He's okay. Who are you? And you explain who you are, and you guys, you and Vanessa, explain to Kim what has just happened, and that you're going to a safe house with your parents and to seek Ji Young. And he's just really happy that she's alive, but he's also terrified about what's happening. You guys head towards the Verrazano Bridge into Brooklyn, and cross that bridge. And can you go retrieve Sam from the asides? Okay. Actually, Patrick, will you go into the asides real quick? I'll come. Yeah, we'll get you. Okay, so Sam, you and Vincent you're chatting, and the conversation goes quiet as you're crossing the bridge into Staten Island. Suddenly, everything goes black and silent and still, just out of the blue. Nothing.
Out of the black.
Out of the black.
All right, cool. Should I go get somebody else?
No. What do you do?
I can't see anything.
That's right.
Can I see myself?
Nope. It's like your eyes are closed or open in a completely dark room.
I'll go, this is something to consider. This is strange.
Yeah,
I'll feel around.
You can't feel anything. You can't feel a body. You can't feel your body there. You can think. You can remember.
What just happened?
You were just driving. You were sitting in the passenger seat of the van, crossing the bridge into Staten Island.
I don't know what else I should do.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about if this was Eclipse, I'd say that I want to open my third eye, but I wouldn't know to do that.
So let's see, give me a panic roll, in fact.
A panko roll.
Yeah, just insight calm.
1.
Okay, you succeed. You can feel just like a little bit of, you're noticing that you can't, I can't feel anything. Your mind is running. Your mind is still working.
I don't appreciate having my faculty taken from me.
Yeah,
but I'm curious about what the implications of this are.
Yeah, you can feel like you notice that your thoughts are running, and because there's nothing to look at. There's nothing to distract yourself with. All that's there are thoughts. It's just that. That's it. And they start to run. They start to pile on each other. And you take a moment and you have a little bit of experience, like calming yourself down. You can't take any breath, but you don't seem to be able to breathe. You dismiss some thoughts, like it's okay. Maybe I'm just blacking out or something.
Call out to some entity with my mind.
Okay. You can imagine
who's doing this? Are you out there?
All right.
What's going on?
Yeah. It's just silence. You can imagine your voice, but you don't you're not actually hearing it. You're just imagining that you're shouting.
Like fighting the demon thing to get out of whatever it's called, Chermog.
Oh, yeah.
Like trying to project my will, but different, where it's trying to call some kind of divine creature out.
Okay.
For whatever is happening to me.
Okay.
So you continue? That's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you are calling, and there's just silence. Nothing is answering. And this continues for, what would her experience be like after half an hour of this?
I would be concerned. I think since it's only thoughts, I'm going to try to think through what's happening.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to remember as much as I can since all I have are thoughts, try to remember everything that I can about Vanessa, how it's similar to my life, try to remember every detail of Vanessa's life and what it was like to be her, to see if I can pick out any connective tissue, any clues.
Clues to this situation?
Clues to like this, or just like our situation in general. We're now here. We don't know what that means. It seems weird. We know we've been through, and then now this is happening. And it's okay. So this is a new sort of aspect to this new reality where we're in. I don't know if it was like me, like my conscious part of the Vakessa part of Vanessa is now asleep. If my consciousness is in her head or whatever. But yeah, things she had heard, things that Vakessa would maybe connect the dots on that Vanessa wouldn't have necessarily known the context of, stuff like that.
Okay. Give me a scholar roll.
Okay. 2.
Okay, there's obviously a lot going on. Your mind is since you entered Chermog, there's been a lot of mind shit going on. Chermog was a weird place, but apparently you were protected by Do you recall the iron rings that
Yeah.
you received one? Yeah. The other characters also got iron rings from Mariah. She made some. And those, she said, they'll protect you. And she wasn't like super clear about exactly how. Like something about how you won't be like Charmag won't be able to see you as well. So somehow you have some sort of protection. Also, your mind is somehow being messed with. Like either you really are Vanessa and Vikessa is a whole like illusion, or the other way around. But either way, there's your mind getting messed with, and right now that's happening again. Yeah, but in a new way. Your mind is.
Okay.
You could be dead. Perhaps you just died in an explosion. Or maybe something found you, or
Because is too obstinate to believe that she's not real. But Vanessa not being real is not a foregone conclusion. I'll say that much.
Okay.
Yeah. So if my mind is being messed with, I'm gonna try to. But like my mind or just my perception, my mind's ability to perceive the outside.
Yeah.
I guess so. I'm going to try to figure out some clues to that because Vikessa knows how real and vivid her experiences are, and she's going to dive into Vanessa's memories and see how real and how real they see, or how if they fall apart under scrutiny.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you spend half an hour doing that, and roughly they're not falling apart under scrutiny. You are able to put yourself into those memories, events from your childhood. You remember Kevin. You remember all these members of your family, a bunch of assholes largely. And you remember leaving. You were getting sick of their unethical, taking advantage of immigrants and laundering money and kicking out rent control people through mob muscle and things like, you remember all this stuff, like really, you remember certain family members who would be fucking pissed that you left the business, and you remember your life since then, working on your own and the freedom that you felt. You remember the feeling of the pleasures that you take from your leather stuff, and the people that you've met. The last year or something like that since you've been doing that has been a little bit lonely, but it's been good being free, away from the family, and running your own life. You start getting basically caught up, like really caught up in that. And can you go get Patrick real quick?
Yeah.
Hello.
And you are on the bridge heading into Brooklyn. Vikessa, you recall all of a sudden that over the last half hour you have been you drove into Staten Island with Vincent. You found Ji Young's brother, Kim, his apartment, stopped outside of it, and Vikessa, you went inside, and with Vincent parked outside, you went up to his apartment, met Kim, explained to him what was going on. Vincent called you and said, "Oh, it looks like there's a Korean mob parking outside and they're coming into the building." Vikessa, you and Kim ran down the stairs, ran around the other side of the block, and met Vincent around on the other side of the block, evading what apparently were incoming Korean mob enforcers. You got in the van, you drove towards Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Bridge, and you are now crossing the Brooklyn Bridge into Brooklyn Coastal.
This is what happened.
Or not the Brooklyn Bridge, Verrazano Bridge into Brooklyn. This is what you all of a sudden recall.
We're going into Brooklyn Coastal. Oh, I see Staten Island there.
Also, I'll ask, hey, did anything weird just happen to you?
Yeah, I blanked out.
Yeah, me too. What was up with that?
I don't know. Brian, does that happen often?
By the way, there's another guy in the back. He's a young guy, Korean guy. He's like looking out the window, all concerned, looking out the back. He's sitting there's one back seat. Vincent, no, that's never happened to you before.
Okay. I'm just saying. I don't know. That was weird. Where are we going again?
Insane, apparently. I'll give him the address.
Yeah, you're going to a safe house. Okay.
What neighborhood?
It's in South Bronx.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's maybe a hour and a half drive the rest of the way there.
And it seems like no one's following me?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. So we could fast forward there, or you could have more
Yeah, we can
conversation.
fast forward.
Okay. None of you are going to ask each other anything else?
I'm digesting what happened.
Okay. Will somebody go get the rest of the players?
Yes, Pat will do.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. Okay. Alyssum and Fenrir, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys get on the bus, and it's about an hour and 13 minutes later. 1 sec. Yeah, you arrive at St. Anthony's Table. So, yeah, there's a gate. There's two kind of buildings. It's like a business duplex, but it is essentially St. Anthony's Table is it's a 24-hour shelter and soup kitchen. It serves many homeless people here in South Bronx. There's a little bit of a crowd outside. It's about 1 p.m. There's like hanging out some people in tents and on bikes and stuff like that, homeless folks. And Fenrir, you go in there and you find Father Seamus O'Riordan, and he's the one who runs St. Anthony's Table, and he's glad to see you. Father Seamus, he hasn't seen you in a week, and he asks you what's up, and you tell him, what do you tell him?
Yeah, can we step into the back to talk privately, Father
He's like,
Seamus?
of course, let's go. And he's got the areas in here that are, of course, perfect intended for secret meetings, and he's got even secret rooms and stuff like that. But yeah, he takes you into his office, and there's a couple guys drinking beers in there, and he's like, "Can you get out, guys? I've got to have a conversation." Yeah, he's like, "What's going on?"
Long story short, I'm bringing over a few of my colleagues to hide for a minute. I trust that we'll have a little bit of space to be able to go about our business, and I can do many jobs for you in exchange for your hospitality.
He says, "Hey, you're a friend, okay? You don't need to. There's no payment involved. Look, we can hide some friends of you. I will need some more information about who's after them and maybe for how long, that kind of thing. But if you don't have that information right now, we can take them in."
And the group that one of these members was involved with was what mob was it? I didn't pay attention. The Korean mob.
All right. He says, "All right, go have yourself some. We've got BLTs out there, so just go have some lunch or something." And so he goes off and he gets the room ready.
Brian, we don't remember like how we got.
The last thing you remember was going to sleep last night, at least here in this evening. You also perfectly remember going through Chermbach, waking up this morning in the ruins of Vond, invading Vond, killing Zytera, going through portals, trudging through Chermbach for 4 hours, and going up an elevator, and then climbing out of the sub-sewers of Jersey City. You also remember going to sleep in your bed last night, and that was that.
But yesterday, Alice in New York City, do you know she's going on a heist the next day, or no? You haven't heard?
No. You went to work, and you came home, you watched some Netflix, and went to bed.
Okay.
And there's some blanks in here and there, but yeah.
I can't think.
Okay.
That's fair. That is fair.
Okay, I want to get the other characters here. Everybody else, Jasen and Solga, pull up in the car with Ji-young and her two terrified parents. And about half an hour later, Vincent and Vikessa pull up in Vincent's van with Ji-young's brother, Kim, a young guy in his late 20s. And they are ushered into the safe room and shown the facilities and stuff. They have a separate secret like kitchen area, and they'll be given food and all that stuff. And afterwards, Father Seamus O'Riordan, he's wearing black priest's clothes, and he's got the white little collar thing, and he's a big Irishman with a long ago broken nose. He looks tough. He reminds you of Liam Neeson. And and so he greets you all, and he says, "Now I understand you need to have a conversation with each other. I do too. I need to know a little bit more information about this family and what to go next. Would you like to have that conversation now, or do you need some time?"
We could do it now.
Okay, let me guys submit.
Fun.
What fun. Oh.
Okay. Anybody accomplish a multi-session character goal?
Jason got more evidence about the Korean mafia.
Okay. Okay.
We saved a family.
Yay.